Hello. Today is lemon cake day. Yesterday was also lemon cake day, and the day before that was lemon cake day. There have been a lot of lemon cake days because I'm recipe testing my lemon cake and it's not perfect yet. So I'm gonna keep making lemon cake and eating lemon cake until it's perfect. So would you like to join me on my lemon cake adventure? Here it goes. I'm going to blend all the wet ingredients. I'm going to sift all the dry ingredients, which means I need a sifter, which is down here. And then I'm going to mix them all together and I'm going to bake them in a loaf pan. Because I feel like if you can make it in a loaf pan and it comes out good, then you can make it in any pan. Because I find loaf pans to be kind of difficult. So, here's my loaf pan. I need to grease the bottom of it with some oil so that my lemon cake wants to come out when it's ready and it doesn't want to stay in there. That was maybe a little more oil than I needed. I'm going to put a few drops back in. I don't know why I don't use my little sprayer. I have this little spraying device and you fill it with oil and you can like spray oil on things. That would obviously be the ideal thing to do in this scenario, but no. Okay, so let's see. The first thing we do is cut the lemons and take the seeds out because I don't know about you, but I don't like cake with seeds in it. It sounds weird. Pretty sure no one wants it. Actually, I think the first thing I'm going to do is wash the lemons because I picked them from next door and so they probably have like outside dirt on them. So that is the first step. Wash all the dirt off of your lemons. These lemons are actually really clean. When I get lemons from my dad's house, they're filthy. I can't even use those for this recipe because I'm using the peel in the recipe. So I think I'm going to just cut these into quarters and see how bad the seed situation is. It doesn't look too bad actually. These ones have pretty big seeds. They come out pretty easily. These lemons next door are actually, I think, better than my dad's. Shh, don't tell my dad I said that. All right, and then I'm tossing these into the blender with the peels on. And that might sound weird because the peels are bitter, but they're also very flavorful. So I'm willing to have a little bit of bitterness in my cake in order to get like a strong lemony flavor. I don't know if you know this about lemon cake, but apparently when most people make lemon cake, they cheat and put lemon extract. You're gonna tell him? Don't tell him. Don't tell him. That's very dark of you to go and tell my secret to my dad. I was gonna say, oh, you won't even be able to track him down, but actually he's like all over the internet, so you probably will be able to track him down. My dad is very political. He's very into politics. I'm the opposite. I hate politics, probably because my dad is so into politics. And I grew up hearing about politics all the damn time. But yeah, so because he's super like into politics and activism, I'm sure he'd be pretty easy to track down. Every once in a while, like I'll have like a coworker at work or like a landlord and they'll be like, oh, is this guy your dad? And I'll be like, yeah. What color is my hair? What color is your hair? Or it depends on your question. Because my hair is multiple colors right now and it is not looking its best. I definitely need to wash it and re-dye it, but I spend all my time making cakes instead of personal hygiene. Not so good with the personal hygiene, I gotta say. I have to say. But I guess if you asked me to describe it, here it is. It's kind of a combination of turquoise and purple and silver, and then I have dark roots growing out. So black roots. That's the not cute part. But you know, takes time and all that stuff. You know how long people spend going to salons? It's a long time. Granted, I do my own at home, so I can like multitask while I'm doing it, but on days I have to bleach my roots, which is now, it takes a long time. It's a big process. Here's a big process. Okay, these seeds are coming out pretty well. There is kind of a lot of pith, more pith than I was imagining there being. You didn't tell me what color your hair was. What is up with that? You don't get to only be the one asking the questions around here. I get to ask questions too. Come on, seeds, come on out. Okay, I'll admit this lemon, the seeds are not as good as the other lemon. The other lemon, there were just a few and they were big, so it was like easy to get out. This one's a little different in that regard. Come on out, seeds. We don't want you there anymore. But you know who does want you? My compost. My compost can't wait to get its grubby little paws on all these lemon seeds. No new comments? No one has anything to say about lemon cake? Does anyone have anything to say about the new feature in Pokemon Go that everybody's talking about? I haven't played it because I've been working all day and now I'm making lemon cake, but I hear it's all the rage. Okay, so all the lemons are in the blender. Now my next step, all the lemons, all 2 of the lemons. Who says that, all the lemons, when there's only 2? That's so weird. I'm so weird. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's just chunks of lemon. And so what I really want is like a cup of liquid. And so I'm gonna start blending these and see if it equals a cup, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna add some almond milk to make it a cup. I don't really want to use more than a cup of liquid because the more moist it is, I feel like the harder it is to get it cooked like all the way in the center. Since I'm using this pan, if it was cupcakes, I feel like it wouldn't matter as much because cupcakes are so small that they always cook all the way through. Cupcakes are easy peasy. I started baking with cupcakes. I used to have a cupcake blog. That's how into cupcakes I was. But now I'm like expanding my talents, hopefully. Okay, this is gonna be loud, so I apologize for that. Yeah, we definitely need some milk because this isn't even blending. It's like too chunky, it needs more liquid. So let's do that first, is put a little bit of almond milk in. I don't really know how much to put in, but I think I'm going to, oh, that's the oven saying it's ready for the cake, even though you and I are not ready to put it in there yet. Okay, so I'm scraping all this down on the sides because I'm gonna try to use the measuring device built into the blender. Probably not the best idea, quite honestly, because it's not very precise, but I'm not a very precise baker, I have to be honest. Alright, so I'm just gonna pour some until it kind of goes to the 1 cup mark. Okay, that looks good. I would say that was probably like 1/3 of a cup of milk. Alright, now let's see if it'll blend. Hopefully that helped it. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's definitely more than a cup, but it's not super liquidy, it's thick. It's kind of like, do you guys know what an Orange Julius is? They were these like drinks in like the 80s, or they were at malls. It was gross. It had like raw egg in it, but this is kind of like a lemon Julius, like consistency wise and like what it looks like. Okay, so we're done with the almond milk. I'm gonna put in some oil, some sugar, and some vanilla, which I guess you probably think, why would I put vanilla? Because what if it overpowers the lemon? But I put vanilla in everything. Little trade secret. Seriously, everything. Oatmeal, vanilla, everything. Chocolate cake, vanilla. Okay, so we put in vanilla. Oh, sugar is next. So last time I made this, I used 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And I thought the 3/4 of a cup was perfect, so I'm gonna do that again. Hi, Foodlums! I'm glad you're here. All right, we're making lemon cake. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3/4 of a cup of sugar. So all the recipes on the internet use way more sugar than this. But I made this last night with 3/4 and it was fine. Tasted great. Nice hair. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you, Rich. I personally don't think the hair is looking good these days. We were just talking about that a few minutes ago. About how my roots are growing out real bad. They need to be touched up. Oh, thank you. You invited followers. That's so sweet. Thanks. So yeah, if you guys want to come over and bleach my roots for me, just let me know because it needs it real bad. Okay, vanilla we did, sugar we did, lemons we did, milk we did. The only thing left is a 1/4 cup of oil. Also way less oil than everybody else says to use. It is so weird how much oil people put in their lemon cake. But I don't care what other people do. I'm gonna do what I wanna do. And what I wanna do is use a small amount of oil. Just enough to make it delicious, but not so much that it's gross. Also, I want to be able to eat the whole fucking cake. And so I have to put less oil in it if I want to eat all the cake, right? Those people who are putting like 3/4 of a cup of oil, they're probably only having a slice of cake. They can't keep up with the way that I eat. Okay, so all the liquid ingredients are in here. So I'm gonna blend it again, which means it's gonna be noisy. So turn down your volume if you don't like loud noises. All right, here we go. It looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks really good. You want to see the consistency? Okay, what would be a good substitute in place of sugar? Oh, are you trying to avoid sugar? This is a good consistency to me, I think. Like it already, oh, and it smells so good. Vanilla and lemon, you guys. This is the way to go. So good. Okay, I'm unplugging the blender and I'm gonna measure out my dry ingredients into the sifter. And I need to find the lid for this because I'm the clumsiest and I would seriously just like spill this all over. Okay, substitutes for sugar. Depends what you're making, but maple syrup and agave syrup are like the 2 things I use the most. Some people use dates, but I can tell the difference in things. Most things. If I use dates, I'm like, not as good. But agave and maple syrup I think are both good because they're both super sweet by themselves. All right. Back to this. 2 cups of flour is the amount I'm going to use. I'm just using unbleached white flour because I'm testing it, but I did a test a couple lemon cakes ago and I used a little bit of wheat flour. It was still pretty good. But right now I'm really trying to get like a perfect rise with no dip, so I have to be really careful about the flour I'm using. So I'm using all white flour, so it's not as healthy, but I mean, it's cake. What do you want? If you're looking for healthy food, don't come to the lemon cake scope, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's 1 cup. There's gonna be 2 cups of flour and then some teaspoons of other things, but the main ingredient that is dry is flour. And then we'll have some cornstarch and some baking powder and baking soda. Okay, so all the flour is in there. Put my scoop back in the jar. All right, how are we doing over here? I develop recipes as if white flour never existed. That sounds like your recipes are healthy tasting. And I am practicing this cake for someone who is not vegan and not healthy. Her birthday is Saturday, and I have to perfect this recipe by tomorrow night because we're celebrating her birthday on Friday, and I have to take this into the office on Friday morning, which means I need to get my fucking shit together, you guys. I should have had this figured out by now. Okay, flour is sifted. Now we need baking soda, baking powder. So last time I made this, I used a teaspoon of each. I'm going to increase my baking powder this time because I did get a little dip in the center and I really want to avoid that dip today. So I'm gonna use, I think I'm gonna use a teaspoon of baking soda like I did last time, but I think I'm gonna use 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Hopefully that won't be too much. We'll find out. Okay, there's my 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Let's do 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, 2. You guys are all just too healthy for me, I think. That's the problem. Looking for no sugar recipes and wheat flour recipes. I'm not healthy enough. I'm not worthy. Okay, so I put in 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm hoping that is the perfect amount. We'll find out tonight after this comes out of the oven. And when I say we, I mean I will find out because I won't be streaming anymore. Okay. There she is, my favorite person. Oh, that is so cute. You're so cute. Aw, I want to be someone's favorite person. That's great. That's the best. Okay, so I think 2 pinches of salt is the last thing. Let's see. We did flour, we did baking soda, we did, yep, just a few pinches of salt is the last thing. I'll do 2. And then I'm gonna whisk it. Then I'm gonna put the dry and the wet together, and then that's it. And then we bake it. Oh my gosh, you guys, we're only gonna be together for a little while. Let's talk about everything really fast. Tell me everything. Tell me what you did today. Tell me what you're doing this weekend. Tell me the last thing you baked. Tell me what you think of lemon cake. And is it worth me practicing it every night for a week? Okay, so that's whisked. And now I need this so I can scrape all the good stuff out of here, into here. Scrapey, scrapey. There's a little bit of chunks still that didn't get blended that were like on the sides because I didn't scrape them down. But you know what? Who's gonna argue if there's a little bit of lemon pulp in your cake, right? No one. No one's gonna argue about that. No one's ever been like, I don't like this cake, it has too much lemon pulp. That's not even a real thing. Probably nobody else puts lemon pulp in their cakes. I'm a big weirdo. Here's the thing about lemons. They're freaking good for you. And I hate just eating lemons. Isabel will just eat a lemon as if it's like an orange, and I'm like, gross, no. Also, I think it's bad for your teeth, but I already have like sensitive teeth, so I have to be careful. People without sensitive teeth probably don't give a shit what's good for their teeth or bad for their teeth. But do you love lemon cake? Whew, I hope it's good. I've been eating lemon cake all week. I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's not chocolate, but it's pretty damn good. It's up there. Let's see. What else were we saying? My pup just got home from her walk. Alright, so I'm just mixing the ingredients together, and then I'm going to stick them in the oven. I hope this works. Can you guys send me good luck that this is the winning recipe, please? Anyway, yes, lemons are good for you. So the fact that we put 2 entire lemons in this and didn't throw any away except for the seeds, it's like we're not wasters, and we're getting all that calcium and vitamin C. It's great. It's gonna be a healthy cake, even without your wheat flour booblins. So there. Okay, so this is almost there. I still see a little bit of dry flour on the bottom that isn't getting mixed in, so let me just mix that in really quick. Nobody wants dry floury bites in their cake. That's weird. Also, it doesn't look good. Black Forest, yum. Well, because it's chocolate, that's why it's your favorite. Chocolate is superior in every way to every other flavor. I've made Black Forest ice cream, but I've never made Black Forest cake, I don't think. Wait, no, I haven't. I have made a chocolate cake with cherry frosting, and I made it to look like the sparkly heart emoji, which was adorbs, but I wouldn't call that Black Forest cake. Okay, so this is going in here. I hope it works out well, better than the last one. It looks different. It definitely looks different. It looks thicker. It looks like it has more air pockets. Maybe. Thicker and more air pockets. We'll see what happens. Yeah, chocolate and cherry. I don't know if chocolate and cherry is my favorite chocolate combination. 45 minutes. But I like chocolate and peanut butter, chocolate and coconut, chocolate and mint. Chocolate and orange is surprisingly good. And then chocolate and cherry is like lower on the list. Chocolate and almonds. Did I say that one? I wonder how chocolate and lemon would be. We'll have to try that next. Okay, well this is baking for 45 minutes, so I'm gonna go be productive in some other way, and you're gonna go be productive in some other way, and then we will reconvene, and I'll let you know how this goes. Matcha? Oh, no. 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 Bye. No.